Medea Benjamin with Global Exchange and a women's peace group called PIGS. I was with Fernando and other military families in Iraq recently, and something that happened in Iraq yesterday that was not reported at all in the U.S. press is that thousands of Iraqis came out in Baghdad. They left a Shia mosque, walked across the Tigris River to join with the Sunnis, and together they said, "We are all one nation, and no to Saddam and no to occupation." I want to know why the U.S. media is not showing us the images of thousands of Iraqis coming together with that message. It's a message that's being heard all over the Middle East. We also want to know why is it that when Fernando and I and other military families went to Iraq, we didn't see the rebuilding. We didn't see the $20 billion that's supposed to be going to rebuilding and instead is lining the pockets of Halliburton, Bechtel, other U.S. corporations, while the Iraqi children are dying in hospitals for lack of basic medicines, while the water is contaminated, while they still don't have electricity. So our message is to bring the troops home, to give the money to the Iraqis so they can rebuild their own nation.
My name is Sumitra. My son was just killed last month in Iraq. I want to know why our troops are being sent over there untrained, ill-equipped, and why nobody is caring enough to report that and finding out the answers to those questions. I also want to know why our families of the deceased are not finding out the truth about how our children, our relatives perished over there, and why are we not allowed to meet at the bodies of our families at Dover. If somebody could give us an answer to that, we should be able to make our own decisions as to whether or not we care to see the bodies. We do not care, but it should be up to us and not up to our government to hide and continue to hide how many are actually being hurt, maimed, and dead.
This mother represents all mothers who have lost children and loved ones in this war. If I might say this, that if you look at the face of your son, whose picture you brought for everyone to see, this is the truth of what happened. You see this beautiful young man who represents all the beautiful young men and women who have lost their lives. And this truth needs to be told. And your testimony here, and the testimony of the parents who are bereaved now, this is a loss to the families, it's a loss to the nation and the world. Thank you for having the courage to share this grief with us, because through that, we must find another way to be able to get the world to settle any difficulties and differences. So thank you for having the courage, and thanks to all the parents there who are willing to share with us their loss. Thank you.
May I just bring up
There have to be people in this country, political leaders, as well as in other countries, who are ready to take a stand for that, because their constituents are already there. Because this really is a worldwide effort to create approach in international policy for peaceful resolution of conflict. The war in Iraq has made America less safe, not more safe. I was here on the first anniversary of 9/11. Check the newspaper headlines on that day. Nation observes anniversary of 9/11, and then the other headline was, Bush warns Iraqis. It's very clear what the administration did. They had two events apart from each other. One is the differences with Iraq, and the other one was 9/11. They merged them to try to create a cause in this country for attacking Iraq. It was all lies. So, the people of New York have suffered under this policy. Just think if instead of spending hundreds of billions in Iraq, we spent money rebuilding the infrastructure of this city and other cities. I'm in this race all the way through the convention to give voice to those who feel that we don't want to exchange a Republican version of the war in Iraq for a Democratic version of the same.
We're here today to demand an end to the military and
I believed, as did many people in France, that it was wrong for the United States to attack Iraq. There was no basis to do so, that Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11, with Al-Qaeda's role in 9/11, with the anthrax attack on the United States, that Iraq had neither the intention nor the capability of attacking the United States. And as we know, Iraq was not trying to get uranium from the Niger, did not have weapons of mass destruction. If only our leaders would have listened to the leaders of France, who said, don't go there, no war, we would have been so much better off. Unfortunately, as we came to understand, this administration had every intention of attacking Iraq without regard to the facts. And of course, the French knew that, the Germans knew that, and people in other countries knew that, and more people in the United States are learning about that. Aujourd'hui, nous sommes ensemble pour la paix. I'd like the president to spend more time talking to families of servicemen and servicewomen who lost their loved ones in Iraq. I'd like him to spend time talking to children who have been affected by this war in Iraq. I'd like him to go and meet with the children of this country whose futures are going to be damaged by this country's continued addiction to war. If the president did that, I think he'd be more enlightened about how we have to take a new direction.
The September 11th Families for Peaceful Tomorrows have been accused of being a small group. We are. But when our voices are joined to those of the peacemakers throughout the world, our voice is not small.
George W. Bush and your warmongers, I will not dance to your war drum. I will not lend my soul nor my bones to your war drum. I will not dance to your beating. I know that beat. It is lifeless. I know intimately that skin you are hitting. It was alive once, hunted, stolen, stretched. I will not dance to your drummed up war. I will not pop, spin, break for you. I will not hate for you or even hate you. I will not kill for you. Especially, I will not die for you. I will not mourn the dead with murder nor suicide. I will not side with you or dance to bombs because everyone is dancing. Everyone can be wrong. Life is a right, not collateral or casual. I will not forget where I come from. I will craft my own drum, gather my beloved near, and our chanting will be dancing. Our humming will be drumming. I will not be played. I will not lend my name nor my rhythm to your beat. I will dance and resist and dance and persist and dance. This heartbeat is louder than death. Your war drum ain't louder than this breath. Drop tuition, not bombs!
Bush lie, and who died? My son, Jesus, my Aztec warrior. Bush lie, and who died? More than 517 beautiful American boys. We need to stop this one today. No more Bush in the White House the next November.
All across the United States, people are looking at New York today, at this gathering, as a statement of conscience, as a statement of morality, as a statement for peace and justice, not only in this country, but we join people all over the world in this march today. I'm going to be back here in a few hours with Amy Goodman, who has a special message from President Aristide, with Tony Benn from Great Britain. We'll be back here to give a more formal presentation in a few hours, but I wanted to let you know how important it is that you're here today in this common effort where we share with the world our passion for peace, our passion for social and economic justice. Let's begin the march in a few moments. Thank you for being here. March for peace. Thank you.